So we come to the last part here. We do know that insulins, glucagons, they can regulate the blood glucose concentration. But don't forget, we do have another hormones called adrenalins. Adrenalins also can regulate the blood glucose concentration. And adrenalins behaves like glucagon, sorry. Adrenalins actually behave like glucagons. So the glands that secrete adrenalins is called adrenal glands. So where is adrenal glands? So here is adrenal glands. On top of our kidney, okay? So it's adrenal glands. So these adrenal glands in charge to release the hormones called adrenalins. So adrenalins basically play a very important role in the fight or flight response. Fight or flight response. So either you fight back or you run away. You need a high blood glucose concentration. Correct or not? Because your muscle cell require glucose to generate ATP for you to fight or for you to run away. Okay. So adrenal, what are the effects here? Basically, you increase the blood flow to the muscle by increasing your output of the heart. Say, can mean pump faster. Crisis, right? Whenever crisis, then you can see that heart pump fast. Why? Because of the adrenalines. Okay. Then your pupil dilation response, and also you can see that the blood glucose level increases. Okay. So adrenaline is a non-selective agonist of all adrenergic receptor. So we do have alpha 1, alpha 2, beta 1, beta 2, and beta 3 receptor. So it means that it will act on various tissue types. Okay? Its actions. So it depends on what receptor available on the particular tissues. But generally, it will trigger the metabolic changes. Okay. So what I mean here is different cells, they have different adrenergic receptor, but this receptor have the common, means that adrenalines will bind unselectively. So it means that it can bind to alpha 1, alpha 2, beta 1, beta 2, beta 3, doesn't matter, but it triggers different responses. Okay. So for example, for alpha will act on this, okay, alpha receptor on pancreas. What will happen? On pancreas, then you can see that it inhibits the insulin secretion because we want to increase. So adrenalines, common sense, adrenaline increase the blood glucose concentration. So if you want to increase the blood glucose concentration, then you have to stop the insulin. So it means that on the pancreas with the alpha receptor, when adrenaline binds to the alpha receptor, then it inhibits the insulin secretion. Okay. How about liver? Now, in liver, it stimulates the glycogenolysis. What means glycogenolysis? Hydrolysis of glycogen. Are you clear? Hydrolysis of glycogen. So it means that when you hydrolyze the glycogens, you might get more glucose. The effect same as glucagons. And how about muscle cell? It stimulates the glycogenolysis against breakdown of the glycogen, stimulate the glycolysis. So it means that glycolysis for the ATP production. So it means that glycolysis process. Okay. And inhibits insulin-mediated glycogenesis. So what's mean inhibit? Stop the formations of the glycogen because we don't want to have the glycogen. So it means that glycogen synthase will stop or become inactivated, okay, in muscle cell. How about beta? So in pancreas, promotes glucagon secretion. Pituitary glands increase this ACTH secretions. Okay, so ACTH actually is the hormones that cause increase the cortisol hormones to be released. Okay, so adipose tissues increase the lipolysis. So it's so important with lipolysis, so that we can have we convert the lipids into glucose. So in the process called gluconeogenesis. Okay, so what's the effect? The effects will lead to the increase the blood glucose, provides the respiratory substrates for the respiration, so throughout our body. So against how about this pathway? So similar, you can see that, guys. epinephrine means another term in US version called epinephrines, but for our syllabus called adrenalines. So adrenaline bind to the receptor is a G protein couple receptor again. So this GPCR now can see activated the G protein. G protein going to activate this adenylyl cyclase. Can you see the enzyme adenylyl cyclase? So adenylyl cyclase is the enzyme that convert ATP to CAMP. So it means that CAMP act as the second messenger. So second messenger, what is the function of CAMP? CAMP going to activate the cascade. Can you see that? Activates what we call the downstream enzyme, okay? Cascade activation. So if you look at the molecule, one molecule of the adrenalines, it activates one molecule of the G protein. When G protein activated, it can form, from 1, you get 20 CAMP. So for this 20, you get hundreds activated phosphorylase kinase. Can you see that? So one of them activates the protein kinase A. So for one protein kinase A, you can see that 5-fold amplification. You get active phosphorylase kinase. And can you see that? 10-fold, 1,000-fold. Can you see that? So every time you amplify the signal. So from active protein kinase A to activate the phosphorylase and glycogen phosphorylase, at the end, you get the glucose. So glucose diffuse out. Okay, but in this case, it's not so correct because we do know that you need to have the, so draw something, glucose transporter. So in this case, glucose transporter 2. Glucose transporter 4 is respond to insulin. So here, no insulin. So it's glucose transporter 2. So glucose can diffuse out, therefore increase the concentrations of the glucose in the blood. Okay.